Well, hello, my beautiful Librans. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your yearly reading for 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is your yearly reading for 2024. I'm going to get an overarching energy first to see how your year is going to pan out, and then I'm going to look at each month in depth just to give you an indication of what to expect there. Also, I want you to be aware that this year has infinite possibilities for you to tap into. It's the year of 8, which means there's a lot of power there for you, the individual. But I must make you aware of the planetary alignments. There are some difficult shifts going on in terms of planets and what it could mean for the collective. So I feel it is my duty really to tell you what to expect there as well. So whilst there's a lot of positive to tap into, there are going to be some bumps in the road, okay? This year it will be considered an intense transitional year full of plot twists, shocking exposés, and new technological firsts. I mean, you can even feel it shifting yourself, my beautiful Librans, there too. Now, of course, this year it will be governed by the super serious planet Saturn, the great karmic retribution planet that can throw some tough lessons, challenges, or course corrections our way, but ultimately it encourages us to get serious about our life path for our highest good. Plus, I've already told you about a major transition that's occurring. It's one of the most significant and powerful transitions occurring on the 20th of January. Pluto moving into the powerful and revolutionary, I would say maverick sign of Aquarius. Aquarius energy, it rules society, social order, people's rights, infrastructure changes, as well as technological advances. Pluto is also associated with the Judgment card, an awakening to connect to your soul on a deeper level, to reset or rebirth in some way. So expect wake-up calls and controversial revelations on a global scale this year, because 2024 is the transitional year for major change, and it really is a big deal. Now, Pluto does not change signs regularly. It's often referred to as the generational planet, okay? And the last time Pluto was actually in the sign of Aquarius, long term, was 1778, right through to 1798. And that's where we had powerful uprisings in the form of the French and the American revolutions. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to occur again, but the energy is with us right up until 2043. That's right. It's a long time, 2043. So maybe that's how the collective might be feeling from now right up until then in some way, standing up for your rights and, really trying to make the world a better place. Now, every planet, of course, has a positive and a negative. And on the negative side, we may see oppressive power plays or restrictions on freedoms of speech, changes in policies, rules, and regulations. But on the positive, we'll potentially see more power to the people moments, as Aquarius tends to join society together to exert their free will. How would you like to receive? Thank you so much. Okay. I'm just going to get your cards out. This is month by month cards, and I'm really telling you about planetary alignments just to fill the time whilst I get all your cards there as well. And I feel it's really important. The last time Pluto actually moved signs long-term was in 2008, and it moved into the sign of Capricorn, which rules money, governments, and power structures. Now, Pluto can be a very destructive force, and in 2008, we saw one of the most notably difficult financial crashes the world has ever witnessed. And whilst Pluto will spend the majority of time in the sign of Aquarius, which is positive, it will retrograde from September to November back into the sign of Capricorn. Now, this could indicate that we might potentially see some crisis moment economically. And as Pluto moves back into the sign of Aquarius, this is where we might also see a more global launch of economic technology, or something that we've never seen before. And as Pluto's influence in Aquarius fast tracks innovation, especially in the realm of technology and AI, we may also see more technology coming in that is meant to help us rather than hinder us. However, I feel, who's controlling the AI? So there'll be big questions regarding that round about this time as well. So this is a perfect time. I always say it, my guides kind of underlined it when I was preparing this reading. It's a good time to get in the habit of downloading monthly statements to keep a documented proof of what you have in your accounts, should there be any gremlins in the system. And of course, Pluto also reveals any hidden agendas, wrongdoings, or information kept from the collective or society in general. And from January the 20th onwards, there could be some major exposés, but do watch out for distractions sent to camouflage these potentially controversial moments, because ultimately they will arise. There is a strengthening of community this year, giving a voice to the collective, a real desire to change the world for a better place, and a yearning for more independence. And on a personal note, it's actually really, really positive for you as well. It asks you to see below the surface and not take things at face value, and this transition will influence you in a major way to transform your life for the better, to reestablish your power, exert your independent nature, do bold and daring things that you've never done before, integrate and spread your wings to fly. And on a psychological level, it will help you break negative patterns, to free yourself up from any self-sabotage traits or self-doubt. And Mercury, planet of communication, starts the year direct, making for a smooth transition into 2024. However, it does retrograde at the end of January, round about that time where there are some major exposés going on as well. So there could be some economic outages or some sort of technological difficulties during that period, because Mercury, of course, rules technology. So save anything down that you're working on. You would not want to lose it. And of course, you know, there could be a few power cuts around about this time as well. As Mercury was direct in the beginning of January, it came off the back of being retrograde in December, and I actually had a power cut there as well. So luckily I was prepared, and I feel, you know, this will be a great time to be prepared for some outages. And I'm not talking like major ones. I'm talking, you know, a couple of hours, that sort of thing. Could be mainly weather related, because the weather is getting a little bit crazy. But you know, having like torches, extra water, you know the drill, because I feel we may see more of that happening in 2024, okay? But it's not like Armageddon. It's not like this big thing. So I just want you to be aware of it, okay? You've got this. Now, also, you got some great cards here, but I want you to be aware that this year humanity will access clear, logical thinking. You'll feel more organized to make swift decisions or changes to enable you to reach successful milestones in your life. Planning and strategizing will be at the forefront of your mind, and Jupiter, planet of good luck, expansion, and opportunity, will be in the Earth sign of Taurus. So 2024 for the collective might be more money focused, encouraging us to be more mindful of budgets and get serious about our goals with a renewed fire in your soul. Jupiter also aspects Saturn to start this year, which truly is fortuitous for the collective, adding extra luck, and then Uranus and Jupiter take over to amplify that luck, success, opportunity, and I feel the beginning of the year is super positive. It also helps you seek new knowledge, either through classes, books, online downloads, and when all these shifts and plot twists going on this year, you may even feel that you want to be a little bit more flexible and combine these these elements to find new ways of earning money, especially online, because Aquarius energy really supports prosperous online earning. Also, you may want to generate more finances to create security in an ever-changing environment. It'll be more important than ever this year to create space for mindfulness, connect to nature, and focus on your true calling, as well as develop and nurture friendships and relationships. Now, as I said, there are going to be some bumpy times, and in particular, there are 3 moments to look out for, and it's at the end of the year, okay? 3 major events. We have Uranus retrograding from September, Jupiter retrograding from October. Remember, Jupiter is all about good luck and expansion. So the energy will be shifting then, and of course Saturn direct from November. Now this combination, it occurred at the same time as the last financial domino effect event that I mentioned that happened in 2008. So I'm not saying it will be a repeat. What I'm saying is the energy could support some major wobble in that area as well. So it's something to be mindful of. Ultimately, the year ahead has so much potential for you to tap into, and January really is your blueprint to start from, to reach higher than ever before this year, recognize true happiness comes from within, and then it starts to spread outwards into your external circumstances, establishing security, comfort, and prosperity throughout the year. Now, you are governed by your 11th house this year. I mean, of course, this is your overarching energy. So there's so many more like personal factors in play depending on your chart. But as this is an overarching reading for the collective, what I see being very important to you are your friendships, your family, your connections with people, your partnerships. And it says here, friendship groups, your soul tribe, your future, common goals, collective creation, hopes and wishes, and humanitarianism, okay? So I definitely see that you're being more charitable this year with your time, your energy. I feel like you're not spreading yourself thin, but ultimately I see that you are in a strong law of attraction energy, okay? So this is a perfect time to make that wish and make it happen. There's going to be a lot of things showing up for you, especially in November. I feel like a dream is realized or a goal is reached, but there's many other opportunities along the way. But I feel November is going to be a big month for you to achieve that wish or that goal or whatever it is that you've been manifesting. But November seems like such a long time away. I see there's some really great stuff coming in March for you as well. I mean, your year is peppered with opportunity, and I feel that, you know, you are strongly in the flow of taking action, going after your goals and dreams, but at the same time sitting back, relaxing, and recharging your batteries. So I feel like you're having that wonderful sense of balance. Now, also, we have the wolf moon energy, and this is about your path. This is really about discovering the path that you should be on, your true life's mission and calling, okay? And some of you, this year, you may work like off-grid or off the radar in some way because you're really focused on, you know, doing your thing. So I feel, again, if you think about these 2 cards, this is about the balance between, you know, connecting to people who really mean something to you, but also going off on your own travels, your own discoveries, your personal development. And, you know, the wolf actually, you know, goes off on their own independent spirit. So you may actually launch independent businesses or do some traveling alone or set up projects or spend some alone time really getting to know yourself and reestablishing a relationship with yourself and parts of yourself that perhaps you feel like you've lost touch with this year. But also, I feel you will come together with those people that you care about. Also, I get an energy of like, you know, building your community this year. So if some of you have felt a little bit isolated in previous years, I feel like you are building a new soul tribe, and these people are your forever people. Now it says here, ask your pack to assist you. So know that you have a very strong support system or network available to you this year. Explore your own modes of expression, be resourceful, express yourself fully, and use your intuitive instinct. Okay, wolves are incredible, and it's really about finding your way. And what's really interesting is that your first card is the Judgment card. So that's finding the path that is right for you. And I am getting an energy, and this came up briefly, I think, in the Taurian reading. I'm not sure 100% if it was that, but I get an energy of the road less traveled. Okay, some of you may be doing something totally different this year, and it may be a little bit like nerve-wracking, because although you're going to do something bold and daring and exciting and it's thrilling, at the same time, if you've never done it before, you may feel like you don't want to make a mistake, or You don't want to take a wrong move. I see that actually, you're making all the right choices, and I feel like you're going from strength to strength throughout the year. Now, we do have the scythe energy here, which means you're cutting out anything that is not worthy of a place in your world, but it can also indicate that you're sorting the wheat from the chaff. Who wastes your time? What wastes your time? I feel like, you're not wanting to procrastinate this year. You're super organized. I mean, the scythe can also indicate quick endings or a sudden movement. And you've also got the stork there as well. So it's like suddenly out of the blue opportunity arrives for you, or suddenly you change your mind on something. But I feel like you're super clear and you're very direct about what you want for your life as well there. Now, when you get the stork, it can also indicate that, there are major improvements happening, and they come quite quickly. This is a renewal of faith. It's a major transition year for you, and it's really like out with the old, in with the new. And it didn't just start in January for you. I feel like you implement this energy throughout the year. It really feels like you're doing life differently. You're marching to the beat of your own drum there. Also, I feel the Wheel of Fortune energy, although it hasn't shown up here for you, I feel like luck is on your side. So, I will explore it a little bit more, but I actually feel that there's going to be very fortuitous moments that show up for you, and opportunities for fortune and prosperity as well. But we will go deeper in that too. Now, some of you may hear of a pregnancy this year, or you yourself may get pregnant as well. So if you have the potential to get pregnant, then I definitely see that that could happen for you this year. It may take you by surprise, okay? Even if you've been trying for a long time, it may suddenly work out for you and you're like, OMG, I couldn't believe it, but I feel like it's when you're enjoying yourself, there's no stress, no pressure, that sort of energy coming through there too. And finally, we have the flowers. Now, the flowers, this is all about enjoying the moment. It's really about seeing the beauty in the world. Don't get me wrong, we all know that there are some difficult things going on in the world that are soul destroying, right? And I feel like you are an empath. You're someone who absorbs a lot of the energy. You're very deep feeling. And I feel like you're doing what you can in your patch of the world. And I feel that whilst your heart goes out to people and you try to find some way to help in your own unique way, I also feel like you are making sure that you avoid things like clickbait on things that are online, blogs or news sources or magazines or whatever. I feel like you're trying to stay away from that a little bit more to create more peace of mind and recognize that the world just goes on and on and on. We don't have to be in a constant state of fear or fight or flight, despite what headlines may tell us. Okay, so I feel that you are finding, some equilibrium, some peace this year as well. I also get an energy here of you being a little bit more sociable. And when I mean sociable, I mean, good quality moments with your friendships and with your soul tribe, going out to festivals, invitations. You may have even started booking things throughout the year already of things that you want to do with friends or people that you care about, because you don't want to miss the moment. I really feel here that you're seizing the day in some way. And of course, I do feel there's going to be lots of gifts on offer for you. I don't know what that means. That's what's coming through. Gifts on offer. So you may get a lot of freebies this year, or maybe unexpected gifts from people who really are showing their appreciation for you. Okay, I feel a lot of stuff for you this year comes from left field, but also I feel like you are suddenly perhaps implementing a hidden talent this year that you will investigate a little bit further or develop a little bit further. And it could be something that, really enriches your soul, helps you in a cathartic way, as well as potentially being a business that you could set up. But I feel for you, it's more about enjoying it. And if it becomes a business organically, I feel it'll just happen. Some of you are actually using your creative gifts to launch an entrepreneurship. And I definitely see you taking ownership of that. But looking at this year in general, this is more about following your heart, being on your true north path, really figuring out your purpose or your mission and being on that and utilizing your skills and your power to accomplish whatever it is that you want to accomplish. I feel like there's flourishing energy here. You really blossom. I do feel like you're going to be super organized this year as well. So if you're not normally someone who's organized, this year is going to surprise you, because I feel you're definitely like totally on it. Now, your first card there is the Judgment card. So this is really taking stock of who you are, where you are in your life right now, and where you want to take things to the next level. So I feel like you are reaching for something else in life. It could be a new way of living. It could also be an energy of detox, okay? Choosing what is right for you and getting rid of anything that hinders your path or slows you down in some way or makes you feel bloated or lethargic. I definitely see you're being very choosy about what gets access to your life. And that's across the board. It's like food, substances, environments, people, what you watch or read. I really feel like your intentional living. Now, this did come up briefly in the monthlies, the January monthlies, but I feel like you're implementing this throughout the whole of the year. The Judgment card is like understanding what you need to do next and then taking appropriate action. So you're focusing on your goals, your dreams, strategizing. I feel like there's a renewal of faith here as well, that the year has so much potential and possibility for you, and you're really tapping into that. So I feel it's quite exciting. You're listening to the calling there with that Judgment card. Now, also, as I said, Saturn is that retribution planet. So I see you are going to get some major good karma this year. Okay, I feel like you've been through a lot in 2023. There's been some twists and turns that perhaps you were a little bit disappointed with, but I see this year is a little bit different. Okay, lots of positive cards here for you. I mean, we've got the Devil card there in the month of February, and I actually feel a little bit of temptation with this card for you. So maybe something that you're trying to cut out of your life, maybe an intention or a New Year's resolution that you commit yourself to, but there could be a little bit of a temptation to break it in February. However, I feel like you've got a lot of willpower and strength. With the Sun card, it tells me that you kind of like, you see clearly where the temptation is. I mentioned briefly in the Sagittarian reading, so you may have some Sagittarian placements there. Some of you may have noticed that if you cut something out completely straight away, you may be tempted or crave it. But if you decide to, limit it in some way, temper your association with it, and maybe not have it as much as usual, you wean yourself off it. And I feel it might be an easier way for you. But you're going to do you, might be for Librans, whatever works for you. But I do see there could be a little bit of a wobble, a little bit of temptation there in February. But ultimately, I feel like, you really hold your willpower and, you've got this. We do have this Judgment energy of you kind of like, almost like self-evaluation, taking stock, judging your life. And I mean, this is Pluto energy. So this is you being really honest with yourself, unveiling where you feel like you're unhappy, what needs to change, what you want more of in your life. Definitely more fun, spontaneity, good times. Also, major soul-searching year for you. So I feel like you're really finding where you want to plant roots, where you feel like you belong. And I feel, the middle of the year for you in particular is more about you, deepening your faith, your spirituality. You may even take like a trip, spiritual retreat in the middle of the year. This may even be something that you've booked now and it's going to happen in the middle of the year. Because I feel like some of you are like already looking at vacations. How many days do I have off work? Or if you work for yourself, how many days can I afford to take off work and go on a vacation? Because I feel this thirst for knowledge this year from you as well. Now we do have the Devil card. I will pull a card on the Judgment to see what else is happening there for you. But I'm being strongly drawn to the Devil card because it really highlights that you identify a trigger or a fear or a frustration in your life in February. Okay, so it could be that perhaps someone has been pushing your buttons and you need to establish a boundary in some way. Could also be that you identify something that's been worrying you, but it's no cause to worry at all, okay? Because as you can see there, the curtains is like this theatrical revelation, and the Moon card represents uncertainty, fear, and this innocuous pair of hands is being identified as the root cause of this really ominous figure right there, okay? So it's like you find something that perhaps, you may worry about at first, but there's no cause for worry. It's found to be absolutely fine. So, for example, if you're about to launch a business and you're really worried about how it's going to do, and you feel like, okay, I'm just going to do it and see how it goes, you may be surprised because in the month of March, you're going to be really happy with the way things go. So I feel, you actually recognize that was nothing to worry about and that you got this. Okay. So let me just clarify January for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? Temperance. Yeah, all things in moderation. I mentioned that, things that you want to keep with you. As you can see, that bird, that beautiful dove there is remaining in that figure's hand, and the other dove is flying away. So you're basically deciding what gets to stay in your life and what should leave your life right now. And, the Temperance card is also about your true life's mission. Re-examining your priorities, what you really want, what's really important to you. And I feel like it's pointing you in the direction of your purpose and your life's meaning in some way. Also, it's about creating harmony and balance and recognizing that you've had a lot of patience with your goals and dreams. You've been diligently working towards something, and this year is kind of no different, but I feel like you're going to have a lot more opportunity to win this year as well. Okay, we've got the Ace of Cups. Notice that, I've shuffled and you got a major arcana. So January is a big starting block month for you, but also we've got the Ace of Cups there. So the universe is going to deliver you something that's going to make your heart sing. Now, Ace of Cups at grassroots, it means an opportunity to see that your life is, a cup that is full and overflowing. Your life is going well, and that, there is more potential for more good things, but you're being in the flow. Okay, so at grassroots, this is a feeling of things are well, or you're being grateful for all that you have, but there's that something that perhaps you feel you want to go after, or you feel is missing in some way. And I feel something captures your attention in the month of January to say, you know what, I really would love that. You're manifesting it, and it's going to show up for you this year, whatever it is. Now, for some of you, it may be romance. You may be looking for love. I mean, January and February are really high potential months for you to meet someone new. Okay. Also, there's more potential as well in June. So you could meet anyone at any point in the year, but I feel by June, you're reestablishing, a relationship with yourself. I feel like you are knowing what you want in a relationship, certainly what you do not want in a relationship. And I feel like you could have an established relationship by June there, okay? I do feel that if you're meeting someone new, there is a little bit of caution with the Devil card as you move into February. So it could be, if you've been hurt in the past, it could be that you feel a bit cautious, or you could be wondering, is this lust or is this love? But with the Ace of Cups present, it tells me it's love. And I feel like you don't want to rush into this because you want to create a solid foundation with this person as well. It'll be organic, so it'll move in the right direction. Now, if you're already in a relationship with someone, I feel that, you and your person are either thinking about taking a vacation, or because I'm getting strong, like, booking a vacation vibes. Even though I haven't got the cards for it, January, I'm getting this strong, like, let's take a getaway energy. So either you and your partner are thinking about taking some sort of travel, or perhaps you've just done that and that's why I'm getting that energy. But also I feel like it reestablishes how you feel about each other, that it's a protected relationship, and that both of you can, have your independence within the relationship. That's what that sort of dove sort of represents there, but also recognizes that it's a stable and strong relationship, that there is a lot of trust there and a solid foundation. So I do feel that coming on there as well. And if you're not looking for love at all, whether you're with someone or not, I feel this is more about you following your heart. What will transform your life to make your heart sing? So I definitely see that the universe is actually sending you an opportunity that's connected in some way to your soul path, to your life's purpose, and you'll celebrate something in the month of January. Okay, I definitely, what I can see here is two people like, clashing or clinking glasses to celebrate a win. So it doesn't mean that you're celebrating with a partner. It could be, it's just indicative of celebration there for you in January. Now, let me just pull a card on the month of February there for you. Now, February, I'm also getting an energy of obsession. Okay. So this could be that you're obsessively working on a goal or a dream, and or a project perhaps. And I feel it's really important to take stock by taking a step back on something. You don't want to burn the candle at both ends because you'll burn yourself out. I feel like it's look at that, 10 of Wands. Even though the Devil card doesn't really mean that, I'm also picking up on energy, and I can sort of like connect to the energy and know that my guides are probably going to give me a card that reflects how you might be feeling in this month. The Ten of Wands is like overloaded, overburdened, don't take too much on. But it's also an indication that some of you are getting major closure on something that has been tempting you for years or has been toxic for you for years. Okay, this is the end of it. You're letting it go, whether it's a person, a situation, a food substance, an environment, whatever is not working for you, you're establishing a boundary, but also you're exerting your willpower to say no. Okay, I really feel like you've been going through a deep period of personal development for the last couple of years. And it has been difficult. Sometimes people think to develop and spiritually evolve is a wonderful experience, that you have this aha moment where suddenly you hear like trumpets and like, oh, everything's wonderful. But actually, no, it's about sorting through the mud of life, going through personal experiences that are sometimes very difficult and traumatic to even like remember. So it's really important that you've gone through that and you establish that whilst those experiences happen to you, and it was very important because it shaped who you are, it no longer has power over your future happiness. You've got the sun right after. So this is about you seeing the joys in life, that you have bloomed and blossomed because of those experiences, and that you are one tough cookie, okay? So I definitely see that you're approaching 2024 with a renewed strength, but also you're burning away the excess. So some of you, especially in the months of January and February, you could be doing some major decluttering, some DIY around the home space, sorting through old things so that you can restructure your home in some way, or say, you know what, I don't need this anymore. Also, I'm being given a major energy coming through of if you have any correspondence from like exes, for example, and you've got them all tucked away in a little box underneath your bed or in your bedroom, I'm being given an energy of please remove them from your bedroom. Okay, you can put them in the loft if you're lucky enough to have one of those, or in a cupboard somewhere else, or do a ritual and release it with love to the universe, whatever, but don't keep it under your bed or in your bedroom, because it could affect either your present love life or the potential for you to find someone new, because that energy is still somehow connected to you. But in February, you're getting rid of that completely. So if you are single and looking for love, that's definitely something that you need to pay attention to there as well. Now, the Ten of Wands can also indicate new beginnings, okay? I do feel that some of you may obsess over some sort of new beginning. If you've come to 2024 and you've been looking for a job, either you got made redundant in 2023 or you decided to walk away from something because it was toxic for you, don't sweat it, because there is a new opportunity coming in for you. I feel like there's a potential for you to hear about it in January, but in February, it feels like you really start it, and you actually may feel a bit nervous easing yourself back into the working environment in some way. But by March, I feel like it's second nature, and you just feel really good in that role. Also, I feel, especially with the Ten of Wands and the Devil card, you're eradicating anything toxic from your life and breaking bad habits, and also, creating space for something new. I definitely see that you are releasing anything that is overburdening you. It's almost like you've made a promise to yourself that you're not going to take on too much. This will be a busy month, don't get me wrong, okay? And some of you may have even felt a little bit stuck at some point in February. I feel that you identify quite quickly this year what weighs you down or what has the potential to keep you stuck. Okay, I'm going to pull one more card for that one because I feel like you end it quite quickly. So, for example, if you're going for a job interview, and I'm just giving an example, if you're going for a job interview, or even if you're going for a date, if you are actually in an environment where you go, hang on a minute, something feels a little bit off, straight away you're nipping it in the bud. You're not wasting your time with it. You're saying, no, thank you. I'm sure something else will come along that's more in alignment with who I am and my vibrations. You're just not putting up with it, because I definitely see that that you're not procrastinating, you're not wasting time this year. I really feel like you're doing you and making sure you only allow what is healthy for you into your world. 3 of Swords. Okay, anything that has the potential to hurt you, yeah, I mean, look at that. That's the message right there. Anything that has the potential to hurt you, you are off. Now, that doesn't mean you're ignoring any lessons that are needed to be learned. Okay, I feel like you are mature enough to accept when something is a lesson learned and when it's not. Okay, so I feel like you're just not returning to anything that hurts you. It's like you're done. You know, even if there are people who promise you the world and deliver nothing, but they're tempting sometimes, you know, there's sometimes we may have a person who we are aware of who comes into our world and either tries to manipulate us or tries to get their own way or tries to smooth talk us in some way. I would definitely be wary of any smooth talkers in February, okay? But I definitely get a sense here that you are very savvy and, you know, you're just moving on from anything that has the potential to hurt you. And a lot of you are actually getting major closure on difficult experiences. I also feel like something you worked really hard for, like I'm talking about blood, sweat, and tears. You worked really hard for this. You get a win in the month of February. Really great news. The Chariot card is a card of success, triumph, making progress, but you worked really hard for it. So, you know, when some of you, like, well, the energy I've got is when you work really hard for something and suddenly it goes your way and you accomplish it, part of you really wants to celebrate it and say, oh, great, you know, I did this, yes. But the other part of you is like so glad that it's over, that you accomplished it, it's done, and you just want to be on to the next. And I'm really getting that energy from the month of February for you as well there, okay? But I feel there is a win there for you. Now, as we move into March, this is a very prosperous month for you. This is a major awakening month for you as well. I get an energy of you paying close attention to your own needs, personal growth and development, but also I feel like, you know, relationships flourishing, friendships flourishing. This is a time of getting out there, being seen. So you're going to be a little bit more sociable than usual in March. Okay, lots of invitations coming on in as well there. But also I get an energy of abundance, money. Okay, so some of you could step into some sort of leadership role or maybe a bonus or a raise there. I feel it's something you've already worked for that comes your way, but let's take a look at that. I mean, the Sun card can also indicate some of you may travel during this month as well, a quick trip perhaps, but it's a very positive month full of joy, success, optimism, and about living in the moment. The Sun card is, you know, things flourishing in your world. We got the Queen of Cups. Okay, self-care routines, you know, compassion, empathy, generosity with your, you know, time for the people that you care about. Also, I feel like the majority of my beautiful Librans there who are single will have had the opportunity to meet someone new at the beginning of the year. So I feel like you're in the throes of passion with this new person. I mean, as you see there, we have the seahorse, which represents soulmate energy. So I feel, you know, you could be really getting to know someone on a deeper level there, and you establish a, you know, like a label on the relationship in June. Okay, but the Queen of Cups really is about following your heart. It's about, you know, being comfortable in your own skin. Some of you may even pick up a course in learning how to be a healer or utilize your skill set to help people in some way, upskill, because I feel like you're doing what you love and you're absorbing new knowledge there as well. I feel you've got some great connections going on in this month. People who really care about you, and deepening your connection to your world around you and trying to see the beauty in the everyday, even though sometimes it's really hard to see. I feel like you look a little bit harder to see it there. Yeah, some of you, you've accomplished some sort of goal. You've tied up some loose ends on a project there and you start something new. This could be a new project, something creative, but ultimately it's a passionate month where you lead with your, you know, vision. You're an adventurous soul, and I feel you're a go-getting spirit there. So it could be the beginning of something. As you can see, we've got the World card there indicating something comes to a climax. You reach a goal, and then you're on to the next. So For some of you, this could be that you're transforming your life. And I feel this is about you doing something new, bold, and daring. For some of you, it could actually be that you're deciding to emigrate. You know, you may feel that there's another part of the world that calls to your heart. And if you're retired, you may want to relocate there or buy a holiday home if you're lucky enough to be able to afford that. Or some of you are actually just going to travel to a part of the world that you have an affinity with. And also, some of you may think about working abroad. Or you have some sort of new project that comes in if you're in a career environment that requires you to travel or to relocate in some way. You're absolutely going to love it, okay? Because this is a major transformative sort of month for you where you can dream big. I mean, the Ace of Wands there is to dream big, and the World card is to achieve your goal and to celebrate a win there. So I feel this is a highly productive month for you. You're in the flow. I definitely see that you're going to be busy. At the first, 6 months of the year, you're going to be super busy. And I feel things start to slow down a pace as you move into August, September time, and then you're back in the flow again there too, okay? Now, as we move into the month of April, this is almost like the start of your year. I know it sounds really weird, but each sign is getting like a different indication of when their year actually starts. So I feel like you ease yourself into, even though you're going to be busy, don't get me wrong, I feel like there's a major milestone for you in the month of April. And this is really about new doors, new chapters opening up for you. Something new is becoming apparent in your world, but it also indicates something big is ending. So this could be, you know, promotion or raise territory. Some of you may step into a leadership role or into a new role where you have to leave something behind, but you're getting something better. For some of you, it could be that you're leaving your property in order to move into something better or to streamline or simplify your living environment in any way, because the Death card actually indicates that you're reshaping your landscape in some way. You're cultivating that landscape. And as you can see, that figure there has got the scythe. You're like in this major mode at the beginning of the year where you're literally cutting out anything that, you know, no longer serves a purpose in your world. But also I feel it's to allow the stuff that's good to grow. So if there's something in your world that's not working for you, I definitely see you're being really honest with yourself and saying it's got to go, or you find an alternative approach. Because remember, the Death card doesn't mean an end of something. It means a transition of something, a rebirth. And I feel this energy of some of you returning to hobbies or environments that you used to hang out at, or places that are familiar to you. Even though you're a new you, I feel like there is an energy of nostalgia here coming through as well. But I feel that you get moving on a project, or something that you've been trying to formulate or ruminate on starts to take shape for you, and suddenly you're launching it, and it's very, very exciting, whatever this is for you. Yeah, the High Priestess and the Emperor. You're totally in control of your circumstances. I mean, the High Priestess is an energy of launching something that perhaps has been in your mind, something that you've been like off grid working on. Okay, I definitely get this energy of you behind the scenes working on stuff, but also this is a card of like being in between worlds. So some of you, you know, there could be an energy of duality here. You may have second streams of income, or you may feel that you are doing the testing ground for something, because I get this dipping your toe into something energy. So maybe that you do a soft launch of something, or perhaps you are focused on the big launch of something, because the ship represents the journey. The Judgment card is about thinking about the path of how to get to where you are going, and then you're in full, you know, throttle ahead. I really get this energy here of you launching something that is integral to your path, and it's going to be very lucrative. I mean, this is a card of success. And the High Priestess with the Death card and the Emperor can also indicate, as a combination of cards, it can indicate, you know, the establishment, that there may be some rules or regulations that change that you feel you need to keep your eye on. You know, to have these two cards can mean that you have a healthy mistrust of anyone who has too much power, or who has the power to govern and restrict. So I feel, you know, you're keeping an eye on things. But what I see here is there may be something that was going to be implemented that actually gets taken away. So for example, if there's a policy change that you are not happy with, there may be a sudden U-turn during this month. Okay, so I feel that coming strongly in the month of April. But also, I feel there may be a change in the way that you approach something. So, for example, depending on when your tax year is, because it will be different for different countries, but if it's around about the March-April time, there may be some new policies coming in regarding tax or inflation or interest rates that may not surprise, because I feel things are increasing. But, the death card represents a cut. But it's almost like you may be cautious about this cut, because if there's a cut in one area, it means it gets shuffled over to another area. So it may be that you win in one area, however, it's almost like overloads in the other, if that makes sense. So it almost feels like it cancels itself out. Now, I don't like to give that message, and I don't really know what that energy is that's coming through, but it is coming through, so I must mention it there as well. Now, on a personal level, I feel like you are in command of your destiny. The Emperor energy is you getting really strict with your goals and really focused. You're serious, you're organized, and I feel like you're strategizing the next moves of what you've been planning to launch, and you're ready to set sail. And I feel like you're using your intuition to do that as well. So this month is a great month for you developing your spiritual gifts. And when I touch this card, I'm getting a major energy that someone in spirit is trying to connect to you, especially in the month of April. Okay, now you're going to see moments or feel moments of them around you. But in the month of April in particular, there's going to be like a major sign. And it may be personal to you, but also they're showing me something in the water here, because I'm scrying at the same time as doing a reading. They're showing me it's like a lantern, but it's stained glass. Okay, so like if you were at a place of worship, you'd see a stained glass window. Okay, it's like a lantern that I can see. And, excuse me, I feel like it's inspiration, or it could be like protect your light or protect your ideas is what I'm being given there as well. But I mean, I'm getting festival, remembrance for those who have gone before. And I feel you may see a lantern that has like different colored like window shapes to it. Or, I mean, the lantern always appears on the Hermit card. So it doesn't have to be a masculine energy, but it could be. I'm not getting a specific gender energy. My readings don't tend to be gender specific anyway when I'm reading for the collective. But I'm getting an energy here of remembrance and love being sent through, and that follow your passions. You've been through a difficult time and you're turning adversity around, and that they've got your back. Okay, I'm also getting an energy that the colors mean something. So when you see a lantern that has different colors on it, keep an eye on what the colors are. So far I'm being given green for like growth and rebirth and reestablishing faith and hope. I'm also getting an energy of yellow, renewed happiness, joy, living in the moment. Violet, it's kind of like violet purple, like passion, live your passions. You've been through some difficult stuff, but you're going from strength to strength. And also I'm getting white, detoxifying energy for you to make sure that you get the best out of life. So that's coming through there briefly as well. So with lots of love and respect, I'll disconnect from the energy, but you're going to get major signs throughout the year, but a big one in the month of April. Okay, it may even be some sort of memorable date in and around that you'll see that there too. Okay. But ultimately, I feel like you're in control of your destiny and your dreams. And I feel you may even get a major dream in the month of April that helps you work something out or find a solution to it. Also, I feel this is a big month where you develop your spiritual gifts. So some of you may actually put yourself on that course of learning, or you may actually start to notice that your gifts are amplifying and you start to learn more about it. Because as you move into the month of May, this is a big month for you, absorbing information. This card is about finding a mentor or even becoming a mentor yourself. It's a card of education. So I'm definitely getting an energy here of you either booking a class or being on a class or even launching a class if you have I mean, I see that you are very talented and very gifted, so there may be a class that you're preparing to launch online that people have access to that you could actually use as like passive income. But also, this is about establishing your faith. And for some of you, if you're in a high-level commitment relationship, you may actually have already planned to get married in this month. Congratulations, there's a lot of love around you, and those that walked before are actually going to attend as well. So I want you to be aware of that too. And you'll get a little sign of their presence there in that moment as well. Now, of course, the Hierophant is really about getting advice if you're struggling with anything. So I definitely see that you will be able to do that. So let me go a little bit deeper on that and see what else is coming through there. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? I'm also getting in the month of May, someone pays you a compliment. There is someone who is very respectful and in awe of your gifts or your talents, or just likes the way that you live or the way you do life. And I feel this person, whilst there is like this adoration there, I would say don't tell them any of your ideas. Keep it to yourself, okay? It's not that they're going to steal them, but I feel this person, they, what is it? If you copy someone, it's like the highest form of flattery or something like that. I'm not really sure. I feel like they may try to copy what you do because they feel like they can't quite do it. So if you're in a working environment, definitely keep your ideas to yourself. I would say, I don't know. I just feel like it's important. So I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm not sure what else I'm getting there. The Empress, yeah. So that is, you're attracting a lot of attention. Also, if you're in a career, I feel from sort of March onwards, right up until, I would say June, I feel there's a lot of opportunity and you get noticed by people in positions of power to elevate you into a high position. This could bring more status, more responsibility, and more money. Okay, the Empress energy indicates something you worked really hard for, that you've already planted the seed on, whether it's an idea or the way that you work or all the investment that you've put into your life path so far, it gets rewarded. Okay, so this could be an increase in wealth, in money, but also this is about reconnecting to your sense of self, maybe even learning more about yourself or reconnecting to part of yourself that you feel like you've lost touch with. I definitely see that you're putting your own needs first. And I feel also you may return to some sort of, I'm getting an energy here of some of you may return to some sort of dietary thing. Not to say that you're on a diet, but it may be a food substance that has been triggering you to either drain your energy or make you feel a little bit clouded of thought. I feel like you return to this just to, it's almost like I feel like you bring it back into your world to see if your body is over it in some way. It's almost like when you have an allergy and they always say, if it's not like a critical allergy, like with peanuts or something like that, then they say, just have a little bit occasionally. But of course, if it's like peanuts and things like that, it's really like dangerous. Don't ever do that. And always get the advice of a medical practitioner. But I feel something here, because I'm not a medical practitioner, so don't take any health advice from me. Always go and see your practitioner. But I'm just getting this energy of you, like there's testing ground energy here to see if something has been changing your body in some way, or triggering you in some way. So I feel like you may kind of like investigate a food substance round about this time. Bizarre message that's coming through, but it is, so I have to mention it. The Empress card really is about sitting back and relaxing, because you've done all the hard work. So you've been implementing a lot of investment into something that will come to fruition and bear prosperity for you there as well. Also, I get an energy of some of you, you may have like a big birthday this year, and I feel like you may be in the planning stages of doing something for it. I do feel there is a surprise happening for you as well. So it could be a friend who you haven't seen for a while comes towards you to celebrate with you, or sends you a gift that you're not expecting, or just reaches out and says, you know what, I've been thinking about you and I'd really like to catch up and see how you're doing. So I feel there is a strong potential there as well. Now, for some of you, not all of you, this month could also be a month where you would give birth if you're already pregnant, but it could also be the month where you could get pregnant if you are hoping to do that as well. And of course, if you're not hoping to get pregnant, it would be a great month to take precautions regarding that as well, because I feel, there is an energy here of looking back at thinking, I should have done this. That's coming through there as well. And yeah, I'm going to move on from that energy. The Empress energy is, abundance. So I could see an increase in finances there for you too this month. Also, some of you very family oriented or soul tribe oriented during this period. Okay, I feel like you may have either a quick trip to see people that you really care about, get into nature. I see lots of country walks or visiting establishments with a lot of history that you may go to be at one with nature there as well. Two of Swords, big decision month there for you. Okay, yeah, Page of Wands. This is an investigative energy. As I said, I'm getting this energy of you investigating like a food substance. Okay, that's coming through there again. But it could also be about you investigating where you feel like you belong, or, thinking about doing something new and daring and bold because you've come to the end of a chapter in some area of your life and you want to do something a little bit more exciting, more spontaneous. And with the Two of Swords there, it can indicate with the Empress, there may be, especially if you're a parent and you have a child, I feel there may be a moment where you really have to exert your authority in a situation, because I feel, perhaps your child is going to do something, and of course you would never stop them from doing whatever it is they want to do, but I feel like you may give them some guidance, but with authority, almost like letting them know about the lessons that you learned in a similar situation. So you may need to give some guidance during this time. And, there's this energy of having to compromise as well. So I feel, they have to make a decision for themselves. So it could be, for example, that your child comes to you and says, you know what? I don't want to go to college. I want to go on a year out, or I don't want to go to university. I want to go on a gap year traveling. And deep down, you may be like, okay, that's great, and I would love you to do that, but right now, perhaps it's a good time to do this. I'm just giving you an example. I'm not saying that that's what you're really thinking, but I feel, there's some sort of middle ground to be found here in this situation, and, I feel it reestablishes a stronger relationship with your child because you actually give them some advice from your heart on the experiences that you've had, but ultimately you say, you know what? The choice is down to you, but this is my experience, and now you can make your own decision from what I have given you. So I definitely see you give some really great advice there as well. On a personal level, I feel some of you are reestablishing, a little bit more spontaneity in your world. You're getting curious about what the world has to offer. And with that Page of Wands there, I feel that, vitality energy, strong friendships, commitments, but also I feel taking the initiative to reestablish your purpose. And, some of you may actually go on a trip or some sort of travel that you've never done before. I'm talking about like safari, or, going on a major retreat somewhere, or doing something big, not just like a quick getaway, something maybe that you've been saving for there too. Now also we have in June, this keeps showing up for pretty much every sign. The Gemini energy is strong in June. Now, basically, this is about you manifesting something that you have desired with your heart for such a long time, okay? Because at Grassroots, the Lover's card is about tapping into your soul song and matching it with a vibration of something that you want to attract towards you, okay? So this could be an opportunity coming your way, could also be, an agreement with you and someone in your life, but also it could be the law of attraction, delivering that goal, that dream, or even establishing a relationship with someone. Ultimately, it is a choice card, so I feel like you have some big decisions to make in the months of May and June, okay? But you follow your heart, and I feel like you use your intuition and you get to where you want to go. So let's pull a card on that, because the Lover's card indicates that, there is a beautiful affinity with all things around you, and I feel like you're choosing love. Okay, and it's the strength of your community together, or your soul tribe, or your family together. And I feel like there's just this energy of a life-changing outcome, whatever your decision is. But you make the right decision because you do follow your heart. Eight of Pentacles, you do what is right for you, okay? Eight of Pentacles also indicates that you are maybe applying to do something that you love. It could be to study, could be to go back to university or college or accomplish something. Some of you could even accomplish like a certification or a qualification during this month, and you employ a new craft or skill or even upskill in some way. But I feel like this is an indication that things are developing in a very unusual and exciting way, and you are achieving a goal, okay? This is about you being the master or mistress of your craft, being really good at what you do. And sometimes it's really important to recognize that we can be in a repetitive cycle in life. We can wake up every day, do the same things, same, but at the same time, it means you're really good at what you do. So I feel some of you may think about coming out of your comfort zone or yearning to do something a little bit different during this month. And that's when you do that bold and daring opportunity. Or some of you, with the Page of Wands energy that went before, there may be some news that helps you bring a little bit more excitement into your world. The Death card, all change. So this is almost like your second start to the year, okay? The Death card, it's like new portals opening up for you, and I feel, this is a very transformative year. Death card is Scorpio energy, and you have it happening a lot in your reading. So it's like you being very flexible with the rhythm of life and being open to change. So I feel, some of you may change how you work or your approach to work, or you may change the way you work because you are implementing a certification or a skill. And what I mean by that is, for example, if you're an accountant, right, and you've worked in an accountancy firm for a long time, and then you suddenly do an exam, a test, and you get your qualification, you're still an accountant, but now you can command more money. So I feel something in that arena happens there for you. And if you're retired, this could be that you find a hobby or a project that takes up a lot of your time and your attention, and you absolutely love losing yourself in the moment to it. Some of you may even change the way you do a project and really express yourself creatively this month as well. I'm just going to go one more for you on that before we move into, Four Wands. It's a great month for being at home with the people that you care about. I mean, of course, you're going to go out and do all your tasks. This is going to be a very productive year for you. But Four Wands tells me that there is an energy of reunion with people that you haven't seen for a while. So it could be that you hear from that person in the month of May, but you don't see them or action, an event to meet each other in June. And also the Four Wands is celebration. Okay, it is peace, tranquility, taking some time out for you. 8 is the number of yourself there as well, with that 8 of Pentacles, which is here. And, the Four of Wands is about harmony and, spending time in good company, letting your hair down, making magic. Some of you may go to festivals during this time. You're really in sync with your desires, and you're making sweet music with the law of attraction. So I feel whatever it is, you're calling it towards you, and you will celebrate it as a win. Now, also the Four of Wands can be a time, especially if you're in a relationship with someone, but you haven't got married yet, or you haven't moved in with each other yet. June could be a major month where your person asks you to marry you or asks you to move in with you. And if you are in a partnership, it could be that you decide to partner up in business, or you actually decide to move homes or go into real estate. I mean, even if you're a single entity, I feel like you could go into real estate in the month of June. And if you're looking to move homes or buy property, June is going to be a really great month for you to find your forever home, or somewhere where you feel like this is where I belong, okay? Now, as you move into the month of July, this is a more thoughtful month. This is more about you tapping into your inner wisdom. It's really about you maybe even going off grid, because we've got the Hermit energy there as well. So you could find yourself withdrawing a little bit in the month of July and August there. And this could be an energy of you working on something, or, you know, really developing your spiritual gifts, or really just recharging your batteries, okay? Because I feel you're going to be very busy right up until June, and then things start to slow down a little bit more for you, but only for a couple of months. So it doesn't feel like nothing's happening. It just feels like things are simplified in your world, where things are just ticking over, okay? So you can learn something new about yourself, or implement a craft or a skill that helps you unlock a part of yourself there. And I mean, the High Priestess can also be an energy of mystery. So some of you may actually develop your spiritual gifts during this time, or it's a heightened time to really connect to like documentaries about the unknown, or some of you may actually decide to embrace your spiritual gifts and dive a little bit deeper into them, is what I see there as well. We got the Lover's card. So interesting. Some of you, especially if you're meeting someone new, or you know, you're reestablishing your relationship with someone, I feel this could be you and your person just going off grid for a while to really connect to each other. So I feel also, this is about the law of attraction. Whatever showed up for you, this is about you staying a little bit quiet about it. So, for example, you know, when people tend to be quite successful, or, you know, win something, a lot of money, for example, they tend to go a little bit quiet because they're trying to like take stock of the situation, but they're also, you know, making sure that they don't brag about it. There's a humility there. So I feel there's something good coming towards you, especially in the month of June, that you will celebrate. And it's almost like you go a little bit quiet about it, take stock, ruminate on it, and, you know, also not brag about it as well there. But I mean, the middle of the year, there seem to be some major choices opening up for you, major opportunities to change your life in some way. And I feel like you're going to seize the moment and embrace it for all that it is, okay? I mean, look at this. You're going to love the middle part of the year. That's all I got to say on that. We got the Fool card, which is a fresh new start. It's about going out there, having fun, being curious about what the world has to offer. But it's also about being open-hearted, like childlike, really reconnecting to your inner child. And also, you know, especially with the Knight of Cups, it's the beginning of intimacy, getting to know yourself a little bit better, opening your heart to your partner if you're in a relationship. But also it's about seeing the joy in the world, okay? And it's also about the universe delivering something that you will love, that makes you have an extra spring in your step. And, you know, every time I shuffle, these are major arcanas, which keeps happening for the collective. So I do feel that this is a big year for change for the collective. And for you, my beautiful Libra, I feel some of you may actually decide to learn an instrument this year, especially in the middle of the year. I feel like some of you may, I'm seeing a guitar right now, but it could be any instrument at all. I see some of you may have decided that you want to either develop an instrument further, or you may want to pick up a new instrument, or even return to one that you used to play as well there. I'm also getting, you know, you taking a risk on love, that this person is a soulmate. So if it's someone new, I definitely see that, you know, you are having a little bit of a hideaway with this person. And some of you may even not tell any of your friends at first that you've met someone, because you just want to see how it goes first, okay? But ultimately, I feel this is more about you tapping into your heart this year, and you're going to experience some major wins, but this is more about a spiritual development year for you, where you increase your heightened awareness, and also I feel you're inspired to get a lot of stuff done. Now, August, you know, this is a card to reflect. Okay, it's an energy here to have all the knowledge that you need inside you, and almost like to advise yourself. So because there's 3 months here where each time I've shuffled the cards, there is a choice. So it feels like there's a 3-month period here for you where you have some big decisions to make. So it could be that you get an opportunity where you have to move abroad, or that you have to decide whether you want to move in with your partner, or whether it is that you are changing the way that you work. Some of you may even become a carer or use your beautiful healing spirit to launch a business where you help people, or it could be that you volunteer in the community in some way and you're trying to reshuffle your schedule. But the Hermit energy indicates you're sort of regrouping, you're recharging your batteries, because I feel things have been really hectic for you throughout the year. Now, this card is a timeout card, and it's to regroup your energy, but also this is about you to get perspective in all areas of your life. So it's almost like a check-in month for you. And as you can see, the bear represents strength, endurance, and we've got the star there, which represents inspiration, a wish. So it feels very much like, you're still working towards something. There's lots of milestones of success along the way in your year, but the big wish, the one that you're really, really, really wanting to achieve in your life, it doesn't come until November. Okay, so this could be you taking stock of how to accomplish this wish, or when is it going to show up. So you could be very thoughtful during this month. But the wish comes in November, whatever it is. And I feel it's a very exciting time. So I feel more that you're enjoying the journey as opposed to getting to the destination. Because as soon as we get to a destination on something, we're always on to the next thing. Humans tend to, forget about the process, or it's hard sometimes to live in the moment because you're always thinking about the past, how you can resolve that, or the conversations we coulda, woulda, shoulda said. But also then we live in the future of all the things that we want to accomplish, the things that we feel like we don't have. And I feel the month of August is really about you standing very still and living in the moment and saying, okay, this is me as I am right now. I can't be the person in the past. I can't be the person in the future. What have I got in the present? And you're enjoying the moment. Okay. King of Pentacles. Okay, so King of Pentacles is really an energy of you focusing on your tasks, your responsibilities, administrative work, being in the mode of business. Things are just ticking over in a very simplified way for you. This is also a card of success. So big money throughout the year. You're attracting more wealth, increasing your finances. Some of you may even launch like an entrepreneurship this year if you haven't already, or you may be branching out in some way. But this is, some of you may have some big money that comes in and suddenly you go really, really quiet because you feel like you just want to protect everything that you worked really hard for, but at the same time, you're still busy, you're still working. There's still an energy of ambition here, and you may have to recoup your energy in order to get focused on projects. Also, when you have the King of Pentacles, it can mean that you are starting to reap the rewards of your hard work. So this is like downtime, like you've done everything you could, and now it's just going to start ticking on in for you. Also, King of Pentacles indicates that, you're still organized, you're still focused on a trade or being practical in your life. You're using your intelligence, your spiritual intelligence as well there. And I feel like you are, paying it forward. So some of you may do some major charity work, or, be very generous with your time and your resources in the month of August there as well. Now, I feel this is a big money month for you, okay? Although there's going to be sporadic moments where good stuff happens, the big month for money is going to be August for you as well there, okay? Now, as we move into September, this is a card of temperance. This is really about you getting back into your flow when it comes to your life purpose. This is, for some reason, this whole year for you, it's almost like a transitionary year. So some of you may be like feeling that this year is a stepping stone to something that you want to accomplish long term. Even though you get a wish in the month of November, I feel, so for example, if you decided that by the year 2025 that you are going to live off grid or live in the country or move countries or, establish a business, it feels very much like logistically everything is being put into place in 2024, and then you activate it as you move into the following year. Okay, so it almost feels like you are doing a lot of gear shifts this year. And the Temperance card indicates that you are creating balance, flow, but also you keep re-examining where you're at. And questioning is good because it makes sure that you're on the right track, and I definitely see that you are. Now, this card also indicates that you are doing everything with moderation. So you're managing your stress levels this year. You're making sure that you don't overdo it, overextend yourself. And I feel like you're trying to make more time for fun and enjoying the moment. And I know that's what's on my sweater there, but I feel the collective have been feeling like that for quite some time. And I feel like you're no different, my beautiful Librans. Let me just see what's coming in there for you. The Star. So this is a high month for you to be recognized for something. I mean, the Temperance card can indicate that you're blending all the energies. As I said, it's almost like these little fragments of your year are starting to build into something really wonderful and set you up for this wish or guide you towards this wish or this goal. But the Star, I would say this is a month where you may be noticed for something, recognized for your skill set. You may get a reward or accomplish something. It can also indicate that suddenly, a miracle shows up for you this month and it creates something really special. Because when you have the Temperance card, this is about blending energies. The ingredients that are necessary for a rainbow are sun and rain, and together they make a wonderful rainbow. But the conditions have to be right, the angle has to be right, everything has to be right. And I feel that's the way that you're running your life. It's like blood, sweat, and tears. You have been working really hard towards something or trying really hard to create balance and harmony in your life, and now as you close out the year, the ingredients are right, and I feel you're about to create something truly special for yourself there as well. Also, I feel something that you've been waiting for shows up for you this month, but it's not the big deal. I feel the big deal happens in November. This is a big month for you. Also, some of you may have been healing some sort of medical unwellness throughout the year. This is something that may have been bugging you or plaguing you before 2024. Okay, so I feel some of you may identify a root cause of perhaps what's giving you like fluctuations in your hormones, or perhaps some of you may also find that there's been something triggering you. Maybe it's an environment thing. I definitely see that you locate something that really helps you heal in some way. And for some of you, I mean, if you are due to have a procedure or a some sort of surgery this year, I see that you take those months to really recoup and, get back to best. So there's definitely a lot of healing going on here. I also see a lot of healing the inner child and really connecting to that inner playfulness that perhaps you feel has been missing for the last couple of years, because collectively we all went through a very strange trauma in 2020. And to some degree, people are like back to normal. However, I feel that there is like a residue of what if it could occur again, or how could I protect myself should it ever arise again. So I feel it's like intrinsically deep in our psyche, and I feel like you are just like trying to make sure that you protect yourself in all areas of your life. Okay, now the Star energy for the collective in general, because I feel a lot of signs are getting the Star energy in and around the September, beginning of September month. This is a strong month that if you want to be in the public eye, this is a perfect time to launch something. I mean, it could also be that you are having a bit of a glow up in any business that you launch throughout the year. It could be something goes viral, or suddenly people are paying you a lot of attention. It could also be that you step into fame if you are wanting to be a performer or someone who is known for a gift or a craft or a skill. Even if you're an accountant, or you work in construction or in any industry, this is when you really come to the forefront and you're seen for your skill set. And I feel you may be a little bit more busy than usual, because I definitely see a lot of multitasking, but I really feel like you shine. You outshine other people as well. So if there's anything competitive that you do, see that you are ahead of the competition, because I definitely see that you are, the best that best can be in this situation as well. Now, the Star also indicates a brighter future to look forward to. So it's almost like you're in the planning stages of something for the following year. And not many signs are looking that far ahead, but you are in some way. And I definitely see that you are protecting everything that you worked really hard for. And I feel this wish, I feel you're grateful. It's almost like you taking stock and being grateful for everything that you have in this moment. And then the universe suddenly kicks in and sends you in November that wish, that thing that you've always been wanting for there as well. Okay. But also I feel this is a big month for inspiration, new ideas, and, embracing personal development and growth, and renewing a hobby or a new phase of life is what I'm seeing there as well. So again, it could be that you're reinventing yourself in some way. It could be something aesthetically, but also I feel more it's like your day-to-day. There seems to be a lot of that going on in your year. So I feel there's lots of plot twists coming for you, but I feel like you're in charge of them. So that's very, very healthy. Now, also, as we move into the month of October, most signs actually have some challenging energy, but you are in command of the rhythm of your life. This is about you being super focused, really organized. I feel also there's confidence here. You're manifesting your desires. So that's why it's really exciting that you had the Magician card right before the star. You're making things happen, and I feel like you will celebrate this as well. The Magician card indicates you have everything you need within you, all the resources that you need that are necessary to get wherever it is that you want to go. And I feel like you are inspired to take action in some area. Okay, so I feel with this card, it's not really about taking a risk per se, but I feel like you are bold and daring to make something happen, and you've got this. You're in control is what I see there. And there's a little bit of magic this month as well. I also feel like you are making sure that you don't waste any time. You have almost like identified areas where you procrastinate, and we all need to know the difference between taking quality rest, or I see you doing that in the months of July and August, and then procrastination, okay? Procrastination can be like when we are just, mindlessly scrolling through reels, or we're just watching a TV show that's just on because either we cannot be bothered to change it on the remote, or, it's something, a rerun of something that we've seen, and, it's nice to just kind of like chill out and watch it. But I feel this year for you is more about intentional living, where you're still watching things that excite you, thrill you, inform you, but at the same time, I feel like you're not just wasting time. Okay, so that's coming through there as well. Queen of Swords, visionary, looking to the future, being independent. This is where you come into your own. Okay, Queen of Swords is a Libra energy. You're self-sufficient, very independent. You're being really honest with yourself, and that you're very gifted and talented. Okay, I feel like you're recognizing that you are a gift, and I feel that you are not just getting organized, but you are erecting healthy boundaries. This month, I feel you may do something regarding words. So it could be that you publish a book, or you launch a project, or even take a presentation where you are very clear-minded, very eloquent, but also find the right words to express yourself as well. And I also feel like you are coming into alignment with your intentions. Okay, you understand that everything is compartmentalized, and now it's sort of coming together this month. And as you can see there, this figure, this Queen of Swords, sometimes it's almost like taking a step back to be detached, so you can get a bird's eye view of your life and see where you still have to make certain moves, or where everything is in working order. And this figure here is like sitting on a hot air balloon, and that tree there has roots, so it's like you really deciding where you feel like you belong. So this could be a big month for you to channel extra energy to make a major move, or, to implement that move that you've been preparing for throughout the rest of the year. But the telescope, it's indicative of you like keeping your eye on what is the potential for your future, or looking at your plans and how they will affect your future. But ultimately, you're elevating, and I definitely get a sense that you're taking your life to a new level that month as well. Also, I feel lots of honest, open conversations in this month. You're being very straightforward, and I feel like you're highly intelligent, and I feel like you're using your knowledge to elevate yourself in some way. And we move into the month of November. So this is all about a wish being delivered. This is the big month, and you can see it coming. okay? Because I feel like you work towards this, but also I feel to some degree it's a little bit of a surprise. So it's almost like you get what you want and then some. It just feels like it shows up even more than you expected. Thanks so much, Spirit Guides. Angels, can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Queen of Swords again. You saw this happening. Independence. So this could also be that you're moving out of a family home, for example. You're establishing your independence, or it could be that, you know, you've been very direct and you negotiate a better deal in some area of your life. This is something you visualized a long time ago. This is something that you uttered out to the universe with your words. Because remember, thoughts become things, and words are spellings. They're cast out into the universe to attract what we truly desire. And there's the sun. Okay, so it's really interesting that if I look in a line here, in alignment, we've got like March, and we've got July, and we've got November. It's almost like, you know, you see what you want and you visualize it, and intuitively you know it's going to show up for you. You're connecting to the law of attraction, and then it works out for you. Remember, this year is the year of your hopes and wishes. You're governed by this energy, the 11th house. And I feel this could be in terms of real estate, in terms of your personal happiness, it could be in terms of relationships, but ultimately the sun, you know, whatever you had your eye on, you accomplish it. It works out for you. And I feel nothing or nobody is going to derail you from your goals. So a lot of prosperity there, but also a feeling of everything's working out in your favor. There's a warmth about November for you there as well. And I also feel like you're going to allow yourself to be seen during this month, because a lot of the energy is you working behind the scenes or in the shadows on something, keeping, you know, yourself to yourself, working really hard. So these could be big reveal months for you, where you say, you know what, I've been working on this and now I'm ready to reveal it to the collective or reveal it to your family and friends, whatever it is. But I feel there's this energy of success about you achieving this goal or this dream in the month of November. And then we move on to December, where it is downtime. We've got the Hangman. You look back on all the lessons that you learned, but also, you know, you're so ready for a new year. I feel this is an energy of inaction, okay, reflecting so that you can allow new opportunities to manifest. But also you'll look back on 2024 again with the same mindset of, what do I need to declutter my life with now? How do I change my life to get to the next level? It's almost like you're going in stages. So let me just, I'm getting an energy also here of, and relax. We got to December, and I feel for you, it's very, very positive. Sort of kick back, relax, and enjoy the moment. We got the 8 of Cups. Yeah, you're walking out of 2024. Some of you may even have like a change of direction in some way, or I feel like you are even traveling at the end of the year there, but it's almost like freedom, like, okay, and I've done all I needed to do with my responsibilities, and now I get to just chill, okay? I mean, the ladybug represents good luck. So look at that. Knight of Cups, the Empress energy. So looking back with love, recognizing that this was the year of love for you. Some of you may even have said to your friends at the beginning of this year, this is going to be the year of love. Loving what I do, following my heart, finding love, you know, making sure that love is the center energy of my group of friends, or I just feel like you're involving your heart, and, you know, there's just a lot of good energy around you this year. Also, you know, this could indicate that, you know, you look back and, you know, how much you've accomplished in a relationship or in friendships, and that you've had this sense of community. But ultimately, this is about everything that you followed your heart on coming to fruition, and there being a lot of abundance there as well, okay? And some of you, not all of you, if you get pregnant this year as well, it could be that you need to relax and take it a little bit easier in the month of December, because of course you will be full with child. So I definitely get a sense there that you're kicking back and relaxing in the month of December. And I just get this energy, as I said, you know, round about September, October time, even November, you're already thinking about 2025. So this is futuristic energy. You're really thinking about strategy and plans for the future. You're setting yourself up earlier than everybody else, okay? Now, let me get your final cards before we close your reading. We've got the Matrix there, revealing the truth, sacred work, real career, a muse, catalyst, and potential possibilities. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Grand Angels. Can you please guide? Thank you so much. My beautiful Librans, what do they need to know? Okay, so Matrix, seeing beyond what is readily in front of you, okay? Keeping your eyes peeled, seeing below the surface, not accepting everything at face value. And as I said, revealing the truth. And this is about you starting with honesty with yourself, but also some of you, I mean, you may be trying to become very independent this year, trying to not like have, you know, a 9-to-5 job, for example. You may be trying to live life on your own terms. There may be an alternative way of living that you're aspiring to right now. Could be that you're thinking about working from home or, you know, changing location. Whatever it is, I feel like you are the catalyst for change, and there's so many possibilities opening up for you. Also, we have success. I mean, this is another card that indicates success. Please look up the meanings of every card, because I give you the meaning of every card, but also the energy that comes in as well with it. And it says brilliant ideas, shining at work, great pay, promotion, invention, and create. And I actually feel like you are reinventing yourself quite a few times throughout the year. And this could be in terms of what you do, how you approach things, but also your look, the way you express yourself. I definitely see that you're very flexible and fluid this year as well there. And finally, we have awakening. Your eyes are peeled. You're seeing things that perhaps other people cannot see sometimes, but also I feel like you're tapping into your inner awareness. You're almost like unlocking the next level of consciousness in some way. And it says here, realizing, understanding something, a call to a higher consciousness, and a newfound awareness. And that's definitely something that you're tapping into this year as well. Now I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, we've only got one. Each person, well, not person, but each sign is actually getting only one rune. Okay, that's really unusual. Normally there's like a bunch of trinkets and a couple of runes that come out, but you're getting the hero rune, which is all about potential, freedom. It's about positive conclusions and the consequences of your actions, you know, all the effort you put in, actually getting the rewards out this time rather than those rewards being stagnant. Also, this is an energy of, you know, writing your story or changing the narrative or shifting the script in some way. As I said, words are going to be really important to you for the end of the year. So this could be about you writing your memoirs or, you know, publishing a diary or even like, you know, writing a screenplay or publishing some sort of knowledgeable book that will help people. So I definitely see words. I mean, the collective, I definitely get an energy overall for everybody that words are important, speaking your voice, because I feel this is a strong year for the collective to publish ideas and unique sort of thoughts and stories, unique stories, because I feel like you have a very interesting life there. Also, this can be a rune of new beginnings, okay, reaching milestones in your life. And I definitely see that you have a lot of those that will come towards you, and you're going to celebrate a lot of wins this year, okay? So I'll leave it there. Hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans, and love and light.